Okay, we are finally live. Yes, you can come in now, Darren. Let me adjust the camera real quick, just a little bit here. There we go. Okay.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, I'm just kind of bring it down a little. Okay. What?
So you can all chant my okay.
Okay. All right, here we go. We're live. We're ready finally. I think you, for one, being on video chat with Alan, and then you came in and started chatting with me while I'm trying to get ready, and it's like, meanwhile, time is going.
Ladies and gentlemen, It is all my fault entirely.
Yes, it is. But anyway, yeah, but we're here, and at some point we'll dim the lights and we'll have all our candles and everything because we're doing the two feasts today, actually, because the way the calendar falls, it's going to be kind of everything scrunched up. And on the 13th, I believe it is the feast of Mut of Isheru and Mistress of Isheru. And the Isheru, of course, is the sacred lake behind Mut's temple in Thebes. And so that was probably another sailing feast where she'd go out on the sacred lake. And then you have Isis Luminous, where it's popular for people to light little tea lights and lamps and things like that and float them on the water. Because this has to do with Isis, I believe, looking for Osiris and, looking through the marshes, and so they float tea lights. So in this case, I said, well, they're both sailing together. So that's why we have them both in the boat. And yes, you can make your jokes about boats and whatever, but I had to make sure to get a little bowl of water that we can light a tea light and set it on. So we'll be doing that through the course of this. But yeah, I see folks got some really good news. Yes, one says prayers of protection for folks in the LGBTQ plus, for Pride Month, and some folks are working on paying off some debt. Kudos to you for that. The credit card debt. Hoping I can do some more of that myself. But okay.
I'd like to have a cookie this evening, too.
Alrighty.
No.
Okay, Sarcastic is saying, I need a rose bush. There's no wild roses up here, and it doesn't feel like I've had Rumpet season without rose buns because I made that such a tradition. So you actually made, because I haven't read your recipe yet, you actually made them with, like, wild roses? That sounds really cool. You know what? What I might suggest is try calling the American Rose Center. It's actually based where I live here in Louisiana, but you tell them where you're at, and they could tell you about what options you'd have for your part of the country, because they are used to fielding questions from all over. And then when I call them, I have to tell them, no, I'm local. So, when do you guys, transplant your roses and stuff? Because they're used to getting questions from, Ohio, from, here, there, everywhere. So try that. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get this party started, yo. Oh, and of course, I'm going to be fielding questions on the Discord and on the Facebook group, and I need to try to open it up on the old Tappa Talk forum as well, so that I can get input from you guys, some feedback as I go to continue writing the bylaws. Right now, we're kind of taking a vote on which holidays are the most important and need to be included in the bylaws, so that if somebody wanted to take time off for that day, and somebody says, well, that's not a real holiday, and they say, no, it is right here. So legally it is. that's the reason why I'm asking, why that's so important. So, that's a process we're going to be working on over the summer. So. Oh, that's something I need to do. I need to turn the fan down a little bit. Because otherwise, when I'm going to light candles, they're going to go out, basically. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. This Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, O Isheru. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. It's not that cold. And we cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure.
Evidently, the water wasn't as warm this time.
She always says it wasn't that cold. It wasn't that cold for her.
It's been sitting at room temp for a while. It's not that cold. Like, but it is warmer in the house. That might be why. There you go.
Thank you. I love her.
Me too. All right. Hey. Yes, there's an official Rose Nerd hotline out there. Yeah. Okay, and as Kendra's asking, is there an All Hallows Eve equivalent where the dead can roam? Well, as I was just explaining to Darren, you kind of have three major festivals that involve the dead in the Egyptian calendar. The first one actually is the Wagi feast in early August, which is a feast for Osiris and Anubis, and a feast for Jehuti kind of got combined into it later in their history. And that one of the things they would do for that is they would go and they would put garlands and offer white loaves of bread and things like that for the Wagi feast. Then you have the big one, which is the Osiris mysteries, the Koyak mysteries, which comes a little bit after Halloween on our calendar, but we kind of use All Hallows Eve as the excuse to kind of kick it off, and that's the big one. But then finally, and this one just passed about a month ago, you have the beautiful Feast of the Valley, and that's not an Assyrian holiday, but it's very much involving the Blessed Dead, because that's when Amun goes across the river to visit Hathor, who is the mistress of the West. The Valley of the Kings is connected. It's kind of like the back end of a wadi that was sacred to Hathor. So that's why they put the king's burials there, because it was an area that was, sacred to Hathor as mistress of the West to begin with. And so that's kind of I guess, isn't Beltane also a holiday where the veil is thinned? So it's kind of like Kemetic Beltane. If you had to, find a way to like juxtapose them and find equivalents.
Well, I mean, and it's cool to be able to do that, so people can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a happy accident that two of our primary rituals line up with the liturgical year in Wicca.
Let's see, is it just preventing the spirits of the dead from lingering? Well, actually, you know what? In truth, and that's something that's worth. That might be worth
That's a video.
video topic. You know, talking about how are the dead invoked in magic, and they certainly are.
Yeah.
There's plenty of magic for that. You know, things like writing on bowls, and then leaving that for the dead. But it goes so much further than that too.
That's a
And
great topic.
Yeah. Now, somebody asked, and I did reply to your comment when you asked last week. Earlier I replied to it. Somebody asked, where did I get the banners from? I made these. They're about 16 years old. I sewed them and then painted with stencils to put the hieroglyphs on them, and then had to make the holders for them. And that's something that I made, and it's been part of what we do. And I'd love to see one day physical space where that's dedicated to that, and you have them at the back. I think it would look really cool.
Yeah,
But in the meantime,
we're going to have that.
Yeah, one day. But in the meantime, this is a physical space. They're at the either side of the altar, so it works.
Yes.
And what it spells out is Hat Nebkeprura Amentium Waset, which is the house of Nebkeprura, which is Tutankhamun, west of Thebes, because where we are is really, really, really west of Thebes, if you think about it. So, yeah. And actually, it's kind of paralleling the name for his actual memorial temple, his temple of millions of years, because he did have one. It just got usurped by his successors, and then was destroyed in either an earthquake, which they do occasionally have over there, or a particularly catastrophic flood year, or maybe a combination of things. But and it ended up having parts of it get quarried for other building projects, and that's how stones have turned up. And they've said, "Oh, hey, this actually belongs to Tutankhamun." And there was enough preserved where they know what the name for it would have been, and it was similar but not identical to this. So, answering questions. Hi, Katie. And Smacky Smackins and Faystar, hey everybody. Yeah. Yes, and rose nerds are called rosarians. So, and yes, there are plenty of resources for those.
Yes.
That's more of a thing than you would think.
But in the meantime, let's get this party started.
Yeah. Or let's continue with it. We just did the cool water, so now we're lighting our candles. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now, and will be with us in the future, and who has been with us in the past. This eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
And we'll light our candle for Mama Sekhmet. That she may bring peace and healing to all those who need it. And we'll light our candles off to the side here. And lastly, our little tea light that we can light on the water. And this is the kind of thing where if we get the opportunity to have like a little pool or something, that would be a lot of fun. And where did I sit? There it is. I've seen one or two pictures from other groups, you know, that have done this sort of thing. There's one group in California that did something in their backyard, and they actually had papyrus plants. And because they're in SoCal, you know, there was no frost to kill the papyrus, so it was growing outside, and it looked really nice, you know. But there we are. All right. Okay. Okay. Can you? Oh, I elaborate on the opening of the mouth ritual done on mummies. Well, the opening of the mouth. And by the way, there's a video that I saw that, you know, has a nice recipe, but it presents some misinformation about the opening of the mouth. But you'll see it if you tune in with us for New Year's. That was a rite that was done not just for the bodies of the dead that had been, you know, mummified. It was also performed on statues or anything that they wanted to consecrate and magically empower it so that it could act as a vessel. And that's why they did it for mummies, is because they were re-empowering the body so that the spirit could come back to it just in a different way, you know. So that's, and also that's done, we do that during the Osiris mysteries, you know, for Osiris, you know. So just tune in, you'll get to see that, you know, later in the year. You arise in the Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Aset the Great, and Mut, mistress of Isheru. Hail and praise unto you, O Yunuchuru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at, cast out Aspet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us, and your strength being within us. Just sit there. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oyanachiru, These cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, Oyinechuru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you, it cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. Oyinechuru, we give to you this eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, Oyinechuru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper, Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, Oyinechuru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horiketi within his house. Pure, pure is Aset the Great within her house. Pure, pure is Mut, mistress of Isheru, within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure. For Ra Horiketi, for Aset, for Mut, in all of the places that their immortal khans dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horiketi. Come to your body, O Aset. Come to your body, O Mut. Come to your bodies, O Oyinechuru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these, your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Aset, before Mut. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horiketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu, Nebkeperura, your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead. we light this candle. There we go. That it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Horekeru, Tachenket, Kakao Abdu, Senator Mahat, Kutnibet Nofer Wabet, Alket Nacharim, and Kawan Akunibu, Makarenibu Hiranashra. A voice offering, bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a God lives, for the cause of all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. And now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you. Your heart may be pleased, and your cause shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. Esphet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay. I committed a pagan party foul. I dropped a whole box of my incense. Oops. The bottom just slid out. Oh, my. But, okay, just got a lot of sticks to pick up.
Oh, man, pick up sticks with incense. Awesome.
Yeah. Ha. Oh, hey, Ashley. Hey, I just put a package in the mail for you.
There's something special in it for you, too.
Yeah. So,
and we're not saying what it is.
all right. We're going to read from Newt and for Aset. And then we'll do our cookies because we've gotten a couple of requests already. And before we go, I'm going to turn the lights down so you can see everything with like all the little fairy lights and the stuff like that. Because I'm looking at it. The color is nice and rich now, but I think it'll look even better if we turn the light down.
Once we turn down the lights, you guys are going to be thinking, oh, how cool.
Yeah. Alrighty, we'll start with one of the hymns to Isis from Philae. She is the one who pours out the inundation, which allows all people to live and green plants to grow, who provides sacred offerings for the gods and voice offerings for the spirits. Because she is Lady of Heaven, her husband is Lord of Duat, and her son is Lord of the land. Her husband is the pure water, renewing himself at Biga at his time. She is Lady of Heaven, Earth, and Duat, having brought them into being through what her heart conceived and her hands created. She is the Ba which is in every city, watching over her son Horus and her brother Osiris. Hail Amut, the Great, mistress of Isheru, who gives birth to light again in Thebes, who traverses the two lands, pregnant with the sun, that she may give birth to him in the temple of Mut. Mother of Ra, she who creates light. Great Uraeus, who encircles her father Ra, who gives birth to him as Khonsu, daughter and mother, who makes her own creator. Now this is adapted from her temple reliefs in Karnak, and so she kind of has she syncretizes with other deities, just as Khonsu and Amun-Ra kind of end up paralleling one another. Praise unto Mut, Lady of Heaven, mistress of Amun's house. Lovely of hands, she shakes her sistra. Her sweet voice is pleasant to the heart. She illumines the world with her rays. She causes all lands to prosper. Unique one without equal, eternity belongs to her. Great one in heaven, great of dread, foremost in the Aeneid, mistress of the two lands, who shines on all faces like Ra. All right, now I'm seeing some cookie icons, so we'll go ahead and we'll do that. Okay, let me set this down here so we got one. All right, now, first I'm going to pull one for everybody. And so for everyone who's been tuning in, after the fact, this is for you too. Our one from last month, or excuse me, from last week. Well, it technically was last month because it was May 31st.
That's right.
Yeah. But may your faith always exceed your fears. No price is too great to go through life afraid. So let's see what they have for us this week. And then we'll pick up, because we had a couple of requests for through the Facebook chat, and also I see one's here. Oh, wow. It was empty.
Wow. Which means,
I think the one from last week still holds then.
yes.
So, there you go. May your faith always exceed your fears. No price is too great to go through life afraid. That message still holds. Okay. So, Seta had asked for one.
Imanu did too.
Yeah, and we're gonna set hers aside because she wasn't able to tune in, so we'll send that one to her after the fact. Here, let's do it this way. And it said, self-confidence is the first requisite to great undertakings.
Wow.
So that is for Seta. We'll set that aside for her. And now bring him on in. And then we'll pick up with, I think the first one here is for Kit Fox. Yamanu, warning, do not eat your fortune. So I think somebody's messing with you. Yeah, warning.
Yeah, she's having fun.
Yeah, I think she's having a little fun with you. And do not eat your fortune.
That seems appropriate. All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Alrighty, so Kit Fox and then Monkey Mind Thoughts for wisdom from Tahuti on a personal matter, please. Oh, hey, Conspiracy Town, thank you. I'll do some super happy dances. But we'll start with Kit Fox. Oh, you got two. I wonder if one of them is for Isadora. Let's see. A vivid and creative mind is just one of your many great attributes. That's your first one, Kit Fox. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one small step. So, Kit Fox, you've got two. A vivid and creative mind is just one of your many great attributes. And a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one small step. That all sounds very, very positive. It almost feels like, from two moms to another mom. So, Monkey Mind Thoughts for wisdom on a personal matter. And another of Aset's titles is Great of Magic. So we will ask for her wisdom. Okay. Monkey Mind Matters. Right now, there's an energy pushing you to stay on your path. Right now, there's an energy pushing you to stay on your path. Hopefully, that helps you with the guidance that you needed. Okay. Those are your Monkey Mind Thoughts, but yes. Katie Horton and then Faint Star asking for one from Geb. So Set, well, Katie will ask Set to kind of slip this one to us on the down low. He and his sister don't always get along. But here you go. Enthusiastic leadership gets you a promotion when you least expect it. So Katie Horton, enthusiastic leadership gets you a promotion when you least expect it. So be enthusiastic. And so next, Faint Star asking for Geb, who's technically kind of represented by, we have a little geode right here. That was a gift from our lovely friends at Arkansas Pagan Pride. And so that is a piece of the earth. So that is a piece of Geb. And we can ask him for wisdom. So Faint Star. I'm just snip right out. You may attend a party where strange customs prevail.
Woo.
Are you going to a pride rally? Sorry, I'll go with you. But you may attend a party where strange customs prevail. Remember the saying, when in Rome. Order pizza. Okay, so Faint Star, that was for you. Mary Thra, and then we get our Discord cookies. Oh, wow. Married Raw. School is a building which has 4 walls with tomorrow inside.
Wow.
School is a building which has 4 walls with tomorrow inside. That was quite powerful. Okay, so our Discord cookies, starting with a Shade Light System from Ra, then Eva, Luca, and Blind Rob from Aset, and then Sarcastic. All right, so Shade Light System asking the big boss. Or why am I suddenly hearing in my head? I wear my sunglasses at night.
Good question.
But all right, so for Shade Light System, every adversity carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. And I'll read it one more time. Every adversity carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. That's for Shade Light System. And now for Eva. All right, Eva. Many receive advice, only the wise profit from it. So be one of those wise. Many receive advice, only the wise profit from it. So that was for Eva. And next is Luca. Luca, sincerity is the finest point of communication. Sincerity is the finest point of communication. And I get the sense that is with regard to not only being sincere yourself, but also pay attention to who else is sincere and who is not. But let's see. Okay, so Blind Rob is asking Aset for some wisdom. Okay. Every day is a new life to a wise person. That's for Blind Rob. Every day is a new life to a wise person. And of course, remember the sunrise is the in our belief that's the a repeat of creation. So it is indeed a new life to a wise person. So take that as an opportunity to start fresh. Tomorrow is a brand new day. Okay, and so now for sarcastic, and next for B. Sarcastic. The sight of your beauty is worth beholding. I think that's somebody's way of saying you're beautiful. And now I'm thinking, was it Christina Aguilera that did that song "You're Beautiful"?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
yeah, no matter who you are, but the sight of your beauty is worth beholding. So B, now it's your turn. Just asking for anyone who's got something to say. Oh, it's funny. This one landed next to something with a picture of Moot on it. So I think she's saying hi. And she says, many opportunities are open. Take advantage of them. So B, many opportunities are open. Take advantage of them. You've got some things out there. Don't be afraid. Okay, Threlo, and then Kyle Hinojosa. And then Smacky Smackins. Like a cookie regarding grief/loss, please. Okay. Well, we'll send you hugs.
We love you, Smacky.
Mm-hmm. So,
Hey, Smacky. Just want to remind you, man, grief is proof you loved.
yeah. All right. So, oh, Threlo. You got 2.
Trelo got dos?
Yes. Somebody has a lot to say. So here's your first one, Threlo. We all have extraordinary coded within us, waiting to be released. Okay, here we go. We all have extraordinary coded within us, waiting to be released. Now, there's one more to this. The truth is always bearable when told with compassion.
Wow.
Now, Threlo, these are both for you. We all have extraordinary coded within us, waiting to be released. And the truth is always bearable when told with compassion.
Wow.
Okay, so Threlo, those were for you. Next is Kyle Hinojosa. And then Smacky. All right, so. Kyle Hinojosa. Anything is possible with a willing heart. Anything is possible with a willing heart. Okay, and now for Smacky. And this was regarding a question of grief and loss. This is interesting. What they said is, well, why not? Admit it, you're intrigued. I'm trying to get a feel for this, but it seems that there may be something else. Yes, that they know that you're sad and you're dealing with something, but
You know what I get the impression this is?
huh?
Before all this happened, what was preoccupying you? Go back to that. Move forward. That is also a part of grief.
Well, why not? Admit it. You're intrigued. Okay, so let's scroll because we've got some more married Wepawek from the Jackals. And then One Eye, please, what sort of activity should I focus on when I have the privilege of going to San Francisco Pride? Oh, that sounds awesome.
Pretzels.
Pretzels?
Sourdough pretzels.
Yeah, look, San Francisco sourdough is like world famous for a reason.
Oh my.
What was it that your dad had gotten for San Fran that he brought back?
At one point, he brought back, pretzels. And they were made from 100-year-old mother dough at the time.
Wow. So we can tell you there's one thing you can focus on right now. But Married to Welcome West, asking for the Jackals to give some input for the week. So. We can't control the wind, but we can always adjust the sails. We can't control the wind, but we can always adjust the sails. So, yes, there may be things going on that are beyond your control, but there are things you can do that are within your control that can allow you to adapt, put simply. But One Eye, what to focus on besides getting sourdough? If you don't do it well, don't do it at all. If you don't do it well, don't do it at all. If you don't look good in those heels, then that's the first thing I thought of. But no, and I'm not trying to mess with anybody. But if you don't do it well, don't do it at all. That might be some good advice there. Okay, so next Conspiracy Town. Okay, and blind, just in case it didn't pop in on Discord, fortune cookie, please, any messages Aset may have. Okay, well, we got yours. And by the way, thank you, One Eye, for your sticker. Okay, and Ori, can I get one? Absolutely.
Maybe.
Okay, Kid Fox, I gotta go. I'm passing out as I watch. Good night, everyone. Big hugs.
We love you.
And that one person, hi, I'm very late. Well, you're in time for a cookie if you ask. Yeah, there you go. Can you ask Heather? Absolutely. And Serrano. My neighbor. Oh goodness. One of the neighbors having an emergency ambulance pulled in. Oh goodness. And
prayers for the neighbor.
Yeah. Yeah, prayers for the neighbors, definitely. Okay, and B is heading out for the evening. It's late and sleepy. We'll sleep good.
Be back next week.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I bet you live in something kind of like what we did at one point. So I live where there's elderly people. I'm usually home most of the time, so if anything, they can come get me if they can. We spent 9 years in apartments that were income adjusted, and they were for seniors and people with disabilities. So we were the youngest people in the whole place, and that's where we had Mama Chan was one of our neighbors, and there was I think
so
the next,
many people.
yeah, I think the next youngest person was in her 50s. The lady that had the intellectual disability and like was totally hot on you.
Stalking me, yes.
Yeah. Oh God, that was weird.
Surreal.
Yeah. But yes, and sometimes of course you would think that folks who are older would be really boring to live around. They would be like going to bed early and stuff like that. No, there was weird stuff that went down.
Yeah, we had some amazing neighbors.
Yeah. But yeah, we definitely need to say prayers for that neighbor who's having an ambulance call. But first, let's see, Conspiracy Town, and then that one person. So, so Conspiracy Town. Okay. A person knows more than they understand. A person knows more than they understand.
Trust your gut.
Well, that, and also I think about my kid brother who's always like, I know, and we want to smack him whenever he says that, because it's like, dude, you don't really know. You're just saying that. Or it's one thing to have the knowledge, but there's a difference between knowledge and understanding. So
Right.
a person knows more than they understand. So again, that can go two ways. That can be advice for you, and also it's something to watch out for. And so next is that one person. The respect and help of influential people will soon be yours.
Awesome.
So that one person, the respect and help of influential people will soon be yours. So don't be afraid to ask for help. You could get it from places you wouldn't expect. That's the sense that I'm getting. So, all right. So Sarana, and okay, yeah, B's heading out. Hopefully, I didn't miss anything. I don't think so. Predict free sourdough in my future. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Sarana, and then Ashley Spradley from Aset and Anapu. All right, so starting off with Sarana. Sarana, you never know who you touch. You never know who you touch.
Reach out and touch someone.
Well, the story that I was told a long time ago was if you want to understand how much influence you have on other people, how much influence you have in the world, go up to the top of a hill overlooking town and rip open a feather pillow and let the wind catch it. Then go and try and catch all of the feathers.
Uh-huh.
So that's the parable. That lets you know you have no idea how far your influence goes, and you'll never be able to track, just how much. Right. So as she said, you never know who you touch.
Yeah, it's like trying to catch something you said. Once you said it, it is out there.
Yeah, once you put it out, especially on the internet. So Ashley Spradley from Aset and Anapu. Here we go. Wow. You got a doubling of what the fortune that we got earlier was. May your faith always exceed your fears. No price is too great to go through life afraid.
Wow.
So that message
That
was
was
doubly
from
reinforced.
last one, yeah.
Yeah. May your faith always exceed your fears. No price is too great to go through life afraid. So Ashley, that was for you. Oh, we got another super sticker. Who we need? Oh, Ashley! Yay! We love you.
Thank you, Ashley. We love you.
And so this young Ptolemy, I assume.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, what I'm going to do, if there are any more requests for cookies, so go ahead and put those up. I'm going to turn the lights down just a little bit. We'll read a couple more prayers before calling it a night. So let's see if we can. There we go. Oh, nice. How does that look, guys? Because I
Looks
really,
beautiful.
yeah. All right, everybody. So this will be a treat for everyone. We'll finish up with the candlelight.
Yeah, I can see it from my perspective and from the cameras.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really nice. Hear us, O you gods, O you Lady Aset, mute mistress of Isheru. May you grant life, prosperity, and health, alertness, favors, and affection. May our eyes, even if they're the eyes of our hearts, see you every day as ones righteous who set you in our hearts. Supply our needs of bread and drink, and guard our mouths in speaking. Come to us and give us counsel. Make us heedful of your wisdom. When one appeals to you, you come from afar. Lend your ears to the lonely and the poor. May you give breath to those who are wretched, and bread to those who have none. Guardians of the weak, may you set the oppressed free, and let your blessings surpass all wealth. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Khepri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Yenu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Yenu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Yenu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shenit in Yenu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Aset in Icheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kamenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. Oh, that's right. Ori had asked for a cookie. Let's go ahead and make sure we get him. Before we close everything else up, Ori, and if there was somebody else, because someone had asked for one from Horu. Let me double check, because I'm not signing off until I got the. Okay, would love guidance from Aset, from Vanessa Weidfeld. Thank you, beautiful. Okay, well, thank you. Okay, let's see. Oops, hang on. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. And Black Wolf was saying, I see the candles as a time for the 14-day journey. Well, I don't know. Is that done connected with Isis Luminous and other traditions, or is that something else? But let's go ahead and get Ori's cookie real quick. I don't want to forget. And like I said, there's someone. If there's anyone else that we missed, we're not closing up shop until we've gotten everybody.
Right.
So Ori, if we do not change our direction, we are likely to end up where we are headed. If we do not change our direction, we are likely to end up where we are headed. Now that could be if that's where you want to be going, that's okay too. But just it can be kind of a backhanded encouragement, well, if you're thinking you're never going to get there, well, if you don't change your direction, you're likely to end up there.
Or, if you want things to change, you can't keep doing the same thing and expect difference to happen.
Yeah. If we do not change our direction, we're likely to end up where we're headed. Alrighty. We'll finish up with our last bit. Oh, and one other thing, because some folks had been asking about it and going to the trouble of basically transcribing what we say here, I went ahead and I'll go ahead and put the link up in just a moment. But I put the text of the ritual that we do on a web page on the Kemetic Reform site, so you can bookmark it and follow along. And the idea is that when we can actually have something where it's incorporated and you can be a member and so on and so forth, you can actually get a booklet that'll have that and some other things in it. So,
like a book of common prayer type thing.
Well, that's what some folks had asked, but also I think something to kind of explain some of the major holidays and things like that, so that you know and that if you have a question on something like that, it's kind of covered, in there. So,
it's going to be a really nice resource.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. But for right now, like I said, I'll give you the link for the ritual text. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Aset, Amut. You have come in peace, O Yanochiru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Aset, Amut. May you go forth in peace, O Yanochiru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Alrighty. Okay. Well, good night to everyone who's having to head out. Oh, going to have company tonight. Sounds like fun. Hang on, let me make sure I don't hang up on anything. Yes, and link to the Discord. Let me give the link to that the ritual here. Okay. Yes, and hopefully the text isn't too small. Weekly service. You are absolutely welcome, Kendra. Says thank you for the beautiful ceremony. Absolutely. And thank you everyone for being here. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend.
We love you.
Yeah. And
Please come back next week.
Yeah, and I noticed we had a lot of really positive messages. So I think there's some momentum building, and I think some good things can come of this. And so I think they're telling us, don't be afraid, keep pushing, and it'll get better. So. All right. Thank you for being here, Fane Star. Thank you, everyone.
See everybody next cat time.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Okay.
Same cat channel.
Same cat time, same cat channel. Yes. And thank you for being here, One Eye. Big hugs.